A bloodbath was how she described it. She came home from lunch and found her husband dead on the floor with blood splattered everywhere, all over the bathroom. Want to find out what happened? Come on in, join me. I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. I had the privilege of representing this woman in a case against a dialysis center that her husband had been going to. It turns out that her husband was getting dialysis every other day. And a few days before the fateful event where she comes home and finds her husband dead on the floor with blood splattered everywhere, he had been complaining to the nurses at the dialysis center about a problem with his shunt in his arm where he would get the dialysis. They didn't think anything of it, and they finally sent him home on that fateful day thinking no big deal. Well, what happened was that the shunt ruptured. It burst. And why did it rupture and burst? Because it was infected. And how do we know that? Because the medical examiner of the city of New York did an autopsy, which is an examination of this gentleman after he had died. And the conclusions they came to showed this shunt was infected and the hole for the shunt had gotten bigger and bigger to the point where once it ruptures, you have no ability to stop it. So what happened? Once he came home, it turned out that he ran into the bathroom and he was pulling off bandages left and right to try and open it to stop the bleeding. He was grabbing a towel, but guess what? Nothing is going to stop it once it ruptures. There was blood on the ceiling, blood on the walls, blood on the floor. It looked like a murder scene. But only after detectives combed through the house and talked to the wife did they begin to realize that this had nothing to do with any criminal activity. Rather, it had to do with his shunt rupturing. And we were able to show that it was the dialysis center's carelessness that resulted in not treating this infected shunt, because if they had recognized it, they would have sent him immediately to the emergency room. And unfortunately, this man died because of the carelessness, of the negligence of the dialysis center. So why do I tell you this? I tell you this because you may find yourself in a similar situation where you're receiving medical care and you or your loved one suffered a significant injury and you have questions about whether or not something was done properly. If you have those questions, what I want you to do is two things. First, I want you to press that button below that says like. This way all of your friends on Facebook and YouTube will get the benefit of the same exact information that you just got. Second, I want you to pick up the phone and call me. I answer legal questions like these every single day. I welcome your call. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at lawmed10@yahoo.com. I'm Gerry Oginski here in New York. Thanks for watching.